Can you see my screen? Right. So I will be making this poster from scratch. Right. So we are making a poster for Ganesh Chaturthi, right? So we can change the background of your design to anything that you want, any color that you want, and you can look up the elements here for say Ganpati, and you can easily pick up any of the elements that you want from here. Say this one, and you can center it, you can change the angle, change the flip and horizontal any way that you want it to be, right? So you can add texts also over here. Invitation to so and so address for festival of Ganesh Chaturthi, and here I will place it. And you can duplicate this and make your own description for anything that you want, right? And you can you can add lines to it, you can add elements to it, say decoration. So can this will be your decoration. You can easily select any of the elements you want. There are a lot of features around over here, and Purva will take over. Hello.
Just a second. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we saw how we can add text or elements into our Canva poster. Now we'll see the premium features or the unexplored features of Canva. So we have mostly explored the templates, elements, and text features for creating our presentations or posters on Canva. We haven't really explored the brand kit, uploads, and we'll be talking about it now. So brand kit is a thing. If we are making posters for a brand, we need to keep the logo same, the text same, the color and the font same. So for that, brand kit is used. In brand kit, logos, text, and fonts are added, and that fonts will directly be added to your posters. It is a premium feature. It can't be used unless and until you have premium. Next, we'll move to upload. Upload is used to upload files, or you can also upload designs. So basically, your Gargi just pasted the element of Ganpatiji's photo, whereas we can upload files and add photos from our computer also. For example, here I can go and add a photo directly. So yeah, this photo will be added to our poster. Next, we can add designs also. Like sometimes if we have to design a poster, we need the previous designs also. For that, we can use this feature. In upload, we just have to go to designs and select the designs we want to add. For example, I selected this and added it as a new page. So it got added to my design now. So we can upload any designs we created earlier also in our new posters. Next, we'll come to tools. So, coming to this travel poster, we need doodles or sketches on this poster. So, for that, we can use Draw to do freehand drawings on our posters, which may which may give our poster a different look or a better look. From here, we can also add shapes and also tables. Next, moving to projects. Projects are the same thing. The projects which we did earlier can be added to our design we are working on right now. Moving to apps, we have many unexplored apps on Canva, such as image splitter, QR code generator, and etc. etc. Sometimes while creating a story, we need a voiceover or AI voice for our videos or stories. For that, we can use these apps: AI voice, Magic Media. These all features are present in Canva. So coming to Magic Media, what it exactly is, sometimes while we are making a poster for a club, let's say, we need some graphics or images which are not there in Elements, and generating it from Gemini becomes difficult. So you can directly do it in Canva. Using the Magic Media feature, you can generate images, graphics, videos, and 3D is the new feature introduced now. Coming to charts, while making presentations we need charts, bar graphs, etc. in our poster or presentation. We can add any of them from your. Next is the QR code. Like if I'm taking a coding contest or a aptitude, I can enter the URL right here and generate the QR code. I don't have to move to another apps and generate it from there and paste it here. It can directly be done here. Also, many features are premium in Canva, and we can't use it unless and until we have premium. So we can use some alternative options like top PNG apps are used if we want PNGs which are premium here, but we can access it from outside. Also, image splitter apps and image splitter apps are also available, through which we can make carousel split and etc. So I guess we are done with Canva. Do you all have any doubts? Hello? Yes, Shreya.
Is there a way that we can use premium के elements but without using मतलब having a premium account in any way?
Yeah,
Any
so
other trick or anything that we can use?
so if we want elements like this, see, for example, this is premium. So we have a site called Top PNG. From there, we can export the PNGs for free. Here, you just have to enter what you want. For example, I enter the curtains, and you get these images. You have to just export it into your design. So you can do this for free also. You don't need premium. Any other doubts? Okay, so I guess we are done with Canva. So we'll move to Figma. Firstly, how many of you are familiar with Figma? Or you have logged into Figma accounts? Okay, I guess we have no response for Figma. So we'll start from logging into Figma. Figma is a complex but also a easy tool. In Canva, suppose we design posters, presentations, and designs, but we can't bring our designs to life. For that, Figma is used. Figma is basically UI UX designer through which we can create mobile apps, websites, etc. etc. So, if we want to log into Figma, first this page is there, as in I have logged into Figma already. So, your a login icon or a login text will be there, and you have to just put your email and password, and you will log into your Figma account. You'll see this page. This is the home page of Figma. So if you want to create a design, just go to design here. I've already created one. Okay, so we can add pages also in Figma using this. So I guess we'll start with making a design from scratch. So in Figma, there are wireframes. There are types of wireframes. Like we have three types of wireframes, which is low fidelity, mid fidelity, and high fidelity. In low, just a sketch is made of what design you have to make, like a blueprint. Wireframes are basically blueprints, but there are three types. In low, just a basic version is created. In mid, proper sketch is created, and in high, a proper app, how the app will look, it is created. So we'll create a mid fidelity frame. Firstly, we'll go to frame and we'll create a frame here. I guess we have to take a desktop frame. So we'll take a normal desktop frame. Here are many options for frame. For example, you can take any phone or any tablet also. We are going for desktop right now. So first our frame is created. Now we have to add content to our frame. Firstly, we'll add a photo to make our frame more interactive, or to make our website, give our website a look. To add a photo, I'll first create a square for it. Say for example, I created this. Now we'll scroll down here. We get a fill option here. In fill, you can fill colors to it. You can add uh, any color you want, or there are many features. Here, I want to add photos to my image, so I'll upload it from my computer. So the image is added. Now, as you can see, I just uploaded it from my computer. You can do it in an easier way. You can just copy the image and paste it here. Now we'll add text. So this is the basic things that we are doing right now. I added a text and we'll align it accordingly where we want to keep it. So our photo looks bland, like, right? It is just a square, it has nothing in it. So we'll add rounded corners to it. Here in appearance, we get these corners option. Here I'll put 180 for each corner. So yeah, we got rounded corners. Now I want to change it and I don't want all the corners rounded. So I did it in this way. You can do it in any way like you want. So we are creating a login page. So we'll add text according to it. Here I'll create a login page. You can edit text here in typography. I'll change the font, I guess, because it is giving the same as the heading. So yeah, the font is changed, and we can also change the size. Now you can simply duplicate this by pressing Ctrl D. So login ID and a password is created. Now I want boxes for it. So we'll create squares for it. We can also change the color of these squares according to us. This is the basic version in which we just put wireframes and a login ID and password and a basic image to it. Now Gargi will take further how to make our design interactive and prototyping.
Thank you, Purva. Can you see my screen? Yeah, okay. So this is the basic prototype, that basic design that Purva has made. We will be making a button for this thing so that you can switch from one tab to another tab. So we will be starting by making a frame. We will be adding a text right over here that says login. And any shape that you want to add to, say this. We will be adding that right here. Yeah. And the frame, the text, and this ellipse will be all selected together, and we will be making it as a component. So what is basically a component? Right after you make it as a component, you can access it in the assets, right? One second. Page one. Yeah. Right. So these are the you can access it easily in the assets. So this is a component, and if you want to constantly use the component multiple times, you can use it right from here as an instance. So right when you create an instance, you can if you make any changes to the component, say you write hello, so it will be automatically changing in the instance, and you can easily remove the instance from your component by just clicking onto your uh, instance and then detaching the instance, so that same thing does not happen. So if you write welcome, so it doesn't change, and if you want to make it again try that, then you can do that as well. So there are no changes in the instance, but everything is changed in the component. This is a component and this is the instance. Now we will be seeing how to go from one tab to other tab by prototyping. Okay. Yeah. This is something that we made earlier, and I will be showing how to go from one tab to the other. Right. So you want to go from this tab to the next tab. So you will be selecting the login button and then going from here to here, like to whichever tab that you want to go to. You can go from here to here as well, any way you want it to be, right? There are 3 of these over here. So these you can select if you want to click, if you want to drag, if you want to hover. You can do anything and it will go to the next time. You can choose that. Right. So this is already connected and I'll show you how it works, right? Let's start. Yeah. So right when you click on login, it goes to the next page. Just because you clicked, it linked it to the next wala tab, though it went here, it should not, but it did. So if you press on the card or a buy now, it goes, and then proceed to checkout. You can click on explore home and account. So right when you proceed to checkout, it shows you all of the options that you can click, and then place order and continue shopping, or view order is or anything that you want, right? So yeah, do you have any questions? Right. I Does anyone have any questions? Okay, I think we will conclude the session then. Thank you for joining. Okay, Shresi.
I had a doubt. Can I directly launch a website through Figma?
No, I don't think you can launch a website. This is just basically for UI of the website. I don't think you can put the actual code behind the Figma, like the website to the Figma design. Great. Any other questions? Fine, then we will be concluding this session. Thank you for joining, and see you next time. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 1 second. There is an app by Canva that you can easily use to generate your QR. Can you see my screen? Yeah. So after you go into the apps, you just search for a QR code generator, and you can easily find all of these links, and you can click onto any of these and put your URL into it right over here, and you can just paste your your QR. Yeah. Fine then. If you don't have any other questions, I would like to conclude the session.